Well, here we are, Timberline Church. On this weekend, I have a good friend to introduce to you. His name's Josh Simonette from Washington, D.C. Hiya, Josh.
Doing great.
It's wonderful to have you with us. Josh was born in Florida, went to college at Tennessee Tech, went on to the NFL for a couple of years, got involved in youth work, community involvement, and for the last almost 8 years has been part of the pastoral team at National Community Church in Washington, D.C. A wife, Erica, of 17 years, 4 kids, 16 to 2, and here we are. And two things I'd like to do in the next few moments. One is this season is challenging for everybody, to say the least. We are a people here in Northern Colorado who want to do justly. We want to have mercy. We want to understand. What would you like to say to us this morning, just from where you sit?
Well, first of all, humbled to be asked, and really grateful to be asked. And thank you for not assuming, and being humble enough to ask. And speaking of humility, the second thing I would say is, I would just echo the words of the Apostle Paul, what he wrote to the Christians in Philippi. And I'll just read what he says in the 2nd chapter, verse 3. He says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility." Humility being the key word there. Value others above yourselves. And then he goes on to talk about looking to the interests of others. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're called to. That's who we are as the church. That's the blueprint we've been given. And we need to be doing that.
So the question we keep getting asked here, and I know people across the country are asking this question. We want to help. We want to have hearts like Jesus. What do we do? What can we do?
Yeah, I think the posture of humility, I think, also leads to listening well. And we need to understand that listening is an action step also. But I will also reflect on my time at National Community Church, which has been a predominantly white congregation. We're growing multi-ethnically, but I have been embraced as the only African-American communicator on the team. I've been embraced, I've been loved, I've been accepted, I've been valued. And I think a big reason for that is I was given a seat at the table, and I was asked very meaningful things, not peripheral things. And I think, it took me a while, if I'm being honest, to really kind of open up to that. And a part of that had to do with some of my own cultural conditioning, which was, hey, you're an African-American male, things are different for you. Like the standard is higher. You have less margin for error. And this is how I was trained and conditioned by my community. And so I, was maybe a little bit apprehensive or not as vocal because I didn't want to be perceived a certain way. But once I realized that all of who I was accepted and encouraged, it was freeing to me. And my I think my encouragement would be, who are you allowing a seat at the table that's different than you, and how are you encouraging them to be all of who they are, and really valuing what they bring to the table?
Thank you. That was maybe the shortest interview we've ever done or you've ever done. It's got punch. I think that athletic intensity came through there, Josh. Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
Not too far down the road.
Yeah, good to be with you guys. God bless.
Bye-bye.